Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-order prices straight from Games Workshop. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Alright, so first off, we have a massive reveal for the Space Wolves. We have the Space Wolf Army box set. 28 miniatures in the box set, all brand new sculpts. We also have the codex, we have the data cards, and then we have a new transfer sheet as well. And this is going to be coming in at $230 USD or $280 Canadian. So a little bit cheaper than the launch boxes have been lately, as we've been seeing them release at $240. So you're going to save about $10 on this one, and it does have a nice model count, especially for a bunch of Space Marines. And included in this box set, you're going to get your two characters, the Space Wolf Battle Leader and the Wolf Priest. You're going to get 10 of the Blood Claws and then 10 of the Grey Hunters. And then you're going to get 3 of the Head Takers with their 3 Wolf Companions. So very nice box set right here. Definitely a nice value. I think these are going to be super popular. But in the past, Games Workshop has made quite a bit of the Army launch boxes. So you shouldn't have trouble getting a hold of one if you are after this. And then we know there's going to be a bunch more Space Wolves coming shortly afterwards. Usually Games Workshop will delay about a couple weeks. And then they'll release the majority or the rest of the range, as well as the actual codex itself, and lots of other good stuff like the data cards, dice, all that good stuff. And next, and most exciting, is the chapter approved mission deck. So this is going to be coming in at $35 USD or $40 Canadian. No big surprises here. This is an absolute necessity if you want to play like basically the standardized version of Warhammer 40k. We know Games Workshop has broken it down, so there's going to be setups for 1,000 point games, 2,000 point games. You're going to have your more competitive ability to play with this deck, and then you're also going to be able to play asymmetric missions, more like thematic or fun missions where it's not as balanced. We have the removal of the secret missions, but they're being replaced with the new challenger cards. We know overall we're going to have some similar deployments to what we've had in the past, but they've made some changes to the deployments for like the smaller games to make it a little more fun. So super excited for these to hit the shelves. Now we know in the past Games Workshop has always massively underproduced these, and then they have taken forever to have a second run of them. So if you are after the chapter approved mission deck, you shouldn't have a problem getting a hold of one initially, but once they sell out, there's typically like a 6-month or so window where they're just not available. And if you do find one, it's going to be massively overpriced. So make sure that if you are after these, you let your friendly local game store know, or you lock one down online. Make sure that you have these, as they're an absolute necessity to play Warhammer 40,000 10th edition for the next year going forward. But if you play any amount of games, you're easily going to get your value out of these. But just make sure to let your friendly local game store know if you're after a set of these so they can account for it when placing their orders. So super excited for the new mission deck, super excited for the new season, and looking forward to the next year in Warhammer 40k 10th edition. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. And then moving on from there, we have the Warhammer 40,000 Crusade Armageddon book. So this is your Crusade book. It's going to be much more for like thematic battles or campaigns. There's going to be a bunch of special rules in here, tons and tons of cool lore. It's going to further progress the story of Warhammer 40,000. And these are definitely cool, but a little bit more niche, as not as many people play like Crusade rules. But I have played quite a few Crusades in the past, and they've always been a good time. This is going to be coming in at $60 USD or $70 Canadian. But you shouldn't have any problem getting a hold of one of these. And then we also have direct from Games Workshop the collector's edition of the 40k Crusade Armageddon book, and this is going to be $110 USD or $130, and these will only be available while supplies last. And these are a little bit more popular, as the people that are into Crusade tend to be like a little more excited about these, and collectors. They're also not produced in a large amount, so if you do want the collector's edition Crusade Armageddon, definitely wouldn't mess around, as they will probably go pretty quickly. And then moving on from there, we have 3 pieces of returning Warhammer 40,000 terrain. So first we have the Manufactorum Thermoexchanger Shrine, and this was previously available in the starter set. This is going to be $40 direct only, and that is $50 Canadian. Definitely a cool piece, goes along really well with like all of the various pipes and everything to fully flesh out your board. And next we have the Manufactorum Storage Fane and Sub-cloister. So again, this was previously available in the starter set. Really nice terrain right here, definitely a blend of like the Sector Imperialis and Mechanicus type terrain. Some nice little ruined building pieces. You're going to get 4 pieces in the set. You can build them in multiple ways. And these are going to be $65 USD or $80 Canadian, and once again, online only. And then last but not least, we have one more piece of returning terrain. We have the Manufactorum Autochoral Transmitter. So again, this was only available in the starter set, so there was always a shortage of these things. They were never really floating around or available. It's definitely a cool little like shrine piece. Very hard to get outside the box set without paying an exorbitant price, but very cool nonetheless. So this is going to be $40 USD or $50 Canadian, and once again online only. So super excited to see these coming back for anybody that got into the game late and missed the starter boxes that these were available in. Very nice terrain setups right here, and overall pretty decent prices for Games Workshop. And also, while it didn't show up in this week's Warhammer community article for the pre-orders, it is on the pre-order list. We had the chapter approved objective set 2025-2026. So you're going to get your 6 objective circles, and this is going to be $35 USD or $40 Canadian. And Games Workshop hasn't specifically stated like what material these are going to be made of. Your typical like aftermarket objectives are going to be like a nice thick neoprene and very durable. You'll be able to get them in all kinds of like custom colors or designs representing your various factions. These ones are more like your standardized mission objectives. We don't know the actual quality of them or thickness. In the past, especially with like the Pariah Nexus objectives, we've seen they were a little lackluster, on the thin side, and definitely more cheap. So I'm not sure if we should be getting excited about these. But it is nice to see Games Workshop re-releasing some official objectives for those people out there that don't have them. So quite a bit of cool stuff coming out this week. Definitely the Space Wolves Army Launch Box is the most exciting part, and then also the cards as well. For all the Space Wolf players out there that have seen all the previews and been getting hyped up for the Space Wolf release, it is finally here. We've seen some various talks about what's in the codex, about what data sheets have been removed, or what kinds of offerings they're going to have to kind of change up the scene here. Definitely super excited to see the Space Wolves and their full release coming over the next few weeks. And then for everybody else, and including the Space Wolf players, the chapter approved mission deck, these are always really fun. I definitely love when they come out. The original Leviathan deck was great and super fun, but I was excited when the Pariah Nexus deck came out. That was also awesome and super fun, and now I am really excited and looking forward to what chapter approved 2025-26 mission deck has to offer. Each one of these decks we got about a year of play with. All of them were pretty awesome and pretty balanced, so I have no reason to believe that this will be anything but the same. I think each one has been better than the last. So it's going to be fun playing some new deployment maps, some new missions, and having some fun with the new challenger cards that have been added into the game. So let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up this week. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.